Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door. It's the Richard Wilmore Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Richard Wilmore.
Good morning, Amy.
Good morning, Rich.
I want to tell everybody, one, that Amy and I went to middle school, high school together. You were there all through high school, yes?
Yes, high school. Yep.
In Little Mellon, Wisconsin.
Yes.
But you're from Montana originally, correct?
Yep, that's right.
And then you were brought all the way to Mellon. How big of a town did you grow up in, or a city in Montana?
So in Montana, like my class size, I think it was like around 100 kids just in my class.
Okay.
We kind of lived in a smaller town outside of a bigger city. So, you know, it was a shock going from 100 kids in my class to kind of having a variety. You know, you kind of found your way when I was there. And then we moved and it was like, oh, there's 25 people in my class. So yeah, crazy adaptation.
So it was a little bit of a culture shock.
Huge. It was
Yeah.
It was a lot.
But you're still in that area, right?
Yeah, so we moved just about an hour south of there.
Okay.
So yeah, not too far away.
Are you getting ready for winter?
Well, you kind of have to be, I feel like, living here. And every year I try to remind myself, like, you have to embrace the winter because I'm such a summer sun person. Like, I thrive in warmth and being outside. And then
The sun.
yeah, and then it gets dark and cold and it's hard. But I always try to, no matter what, just put on 1,000 layers and go outside because I love being outside.
I was going to say, I know you have many. How many kids do you have? 4?
Yes, 4 kids.
4 kids, and I know because we're friends on Facebook, which means we're really good friends.
Yeah.
And I know all of your kids.
Right.
You guys, like, you're a very outdoors family, which I love that you guys are always outside running around doing stuff.
Yes. Yes.
What's your favorite thing to do, or your kids' favorite things to do for the winter?
So we have my youngest, he's in hockey. So that takes up a ton of our time. So we do a lot of ice skating. I never thought I would find myself going inside a building to continue to freeze because it has to be so cold to keep the ice. But I do love it. It's been really fun. Some of my middle kids are basketball players, so they stay busy with that, which has been, it's really nice to have something to keep going in the winter because it does get long, but we love just like going to the pool. There's a pool here in town, or maybe just go stay somewhere close that has a pool, little something to do. So just kind of being outside. We have a lake that we're right by, and we go down and they ice fish, and I just kind of walk around and go to there's like little islands, which is really cool. So I'll snowshoe down there, and my middle child, Brielle, she likes to go with me. So that's been really fun, something to keep us busy.
So the people who are not from a climate like that are probably thinking, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. It's so peaceful. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
There's this saying that it says, why do I live in a place that hurts my face? Like when I go outside, and it's so true.
It's hard to explain to people who have never lived it what 40, 50, 60 below zero can be. Because it does, like, that's never even been said before by some people. And so the concept of it is so foreign to people, but that's 9 months out of the year.
Yeah. And you
where we're
just
from.
run out to your car and you're swearing the whole time until you get in and you're
Yes.
like,
You're hoping that your car starts.
Yes. Yeah. And it does it a lot. So
yeah, this is true. Are your kids excited for Christmas?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. My youngest, he's only 8. So he still has that really, that Christmas spirit, which is, I don't know, that's the best part about it. Is just kind of seeing Christmas through their eyes now, as opposed to, when you were growing up. It's really cool.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Amie's not just here so we can chat about Mellon, Wisconsin. Amie just released a really amazing book called SOULFED. And that's why she's really here. And because I wanted to just chat with her and catch up. But tell everybody about the book, kind of where it came from, how you decided you needed to write a book, and what that journey was like for you.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to. So first off, thank you so much for inviting me on here. I'm so excited to share this journey with everyone. It's just been such a big part of my soul that I finally got to, really put out there and hopefully touch people's lives. But so about 5 years ago, I guess, I began a personal development journey. I knew that even though I was happy with, my relationship and everything, I had to really find internal happiness for myself. And it was such an amazing, eye-opening experience. I live and breathe self-development now. It is just like my absolute passion. Like every moment of my day, I'm finding a way to learn more, whether it's listening to a podcast, listening to an audiobook, reading. I spend hours, honestly, every day on it, just because it's something I love so much. And I wrote the book I started writing in October of 2019. So kind of still working as a stylist and doing that, and never really finding my happiness and what really made me feel like alive. And so I finished it in March of 2020, literally the week before shutdown. And it was really hard. I went through some very frustrating moments. I kind of felt like a woe is me because this happened. And I was so ready to begin this, this chapter of being really true to what I felt like was my calling. And I kind of was stuck there for about a year of just wanting to do something different with my life, but not really having the courage to do it. And in March of 2021, I just was like, I have to change. Something has to give. I put so much into this book and my, my giving of loving to learn, apply it to my life and share it with others. And so I just took the leap and I sent the book to an editor and I got it back and just kind of took every step to get it published. I've just been so grateful for that journey. It's been very emotional. It's teaching me so many things, but I really realized that in order to truly be happy, that I just have to keep growing in the area that I truly love. And I believe that I was put here on this earth to go and learn and apply all these things and then just share them. And I believe that's what my writing is kind of different than a lot of self-help books, is that you're not just getting one process or tool. I will share as many different tools as possible because we as humans are not all the same. We have different things that we connect with. We have different ways of growing. So I always like to say we all have our own secret recipe and nobody else knows the ingredients but us. And we can pick and choose what goes in there. And that's kind of how I feel my writing is here are some ways that will help you, but you get to choose the variation to put into your own life. Because I believe truly that I am not helping others find their alignment. I believe that I'm creating space for them just by going first, because that can be a really heavy thing to think that I have to do things to help others. I've kind of grown through that too, of knowing that my purpose isn't to save or create, save the world or anything crazy like that. I just know that I find so much joy in going first and learning and then sharing. And it's just been a huge, huge blessing in my life, as well as, really pushing myself out of my comfort zone and figuring out how to do all of this, because publishing a book is so much more than you ever would think it would be. There's so many different things that go into it. And I just had to kind of learn from different groups on Facebook that I was in and Googling things. I always say that with technology now, if you can't figure things out, you're just not trying, because there's an answer for everything. So that's kind of how I found my way through this whole thing. And I'm, grateful that I have, because I'm about 3/4 the way done with my second book. It feels like this one has gone much quicker just because I've already done this. So I'm just really excited to see where this whole thing takes me.
I love it. It's like a choose your own adventure kind of for people. You're kind of giving them that, like, not this is the answer, but like, how can we get your answer? Because everyone is different.
I love that. Yes.
Who is the book for?
So I always say this book is for people that know that there's more out there. They maybe have things that are holding them back as far as maybe limiting beliefs, because as we grow up, our parents and guardians, they all pass beliefs on to us, and not any wrongdoing of their own. It's just how it works. But a lot of the times, some of those maybe aren't empowering us anymore. So we need to change those beliefs. We need to put in new beliefs that are empowering us now in this moment to move forward. So I believe that this book is for anyone that really just wants tools and processes to live in alignment with their best self, their healthiest, happiest self. Anyone that would, resonate with the thought that they would like to move forward in any way. And it could be, you could be doing really well. And these processes will just help you take it even further. So it meets you wherever you are, because you will hear it and apply it in whatever capacity that you can handle in the moment.
I think that's such an important thing that you said, of meeting you where you are.
Yeah,
it's not forcing someone to do something they're not ready for. But that's so important for anything in life, is meeting people where they're at, and you can't change them.
Right.
So I love that. Where did the name come from, SOULFED?
So it was about 3 years ago. I've been kind of working. I mean, I've always known that this is what I wanted to do, as far as, I love writing, but I also love speaking and just really helping others, be happy and be authentic to who they are. So I created SOULFED about 3 years ago. And at that time, because I am a life coach, I haven't been actively coaching clients right now. I really wanted to focus on creating a bigger impact, as far as just being able to help one person. I would like to help many people. And the name stands for the freedom and energy to dream, the Fed part. So it's the freedom and energy to dream and live in your best life. And that's kind of how that came about. And so the book was originally, it's gone through so many evolutions, but it was called SOULFED Movements. And the movements is an acronym for the tools that are in the book, which are meditation, open mind, vibration, energy, movement, environment, nutrition, and transformation. Wow. But that now is in the introduction, because I felt like the title it didn't really maybe speak to people. So it's called SOULFED, Rising Up Through the Moments That Broke You, the subtitle.
And where can people get it? Because it's available right now. So go order it.
Yes, it is available on Amazon, and I can send the link to you.
Great.
It is available for ebook or for paperback purchase.
I love that. What does it feel like to release a book? Were you anxious? Were you excited? Like, what does that feel like to go and put this years of hard work and be like, because I want to say the reviews have been amazing. I hope you're reading them, because you're getting really good reviews. So what does it feel like?
It's been such an amazing experience. It kind of feels like freedom because I don't know. I don't know about you, but life to me is such a journey. There are so many little, almost like I call it puzzle pieces that you get handed throughout life. And once you get one, sometimes it's like, whoa, I finally see a little bit more of the picture of my life. And this was to me like freedom, that I get to be so authentic in who I am, because I mean, I live and breathe this journey. It's just something that I love talking about. It lights me up. So it was there was highs, I will say, in that aspect of being able to just put out what I worked so hard on. And I feel that I was given as, a gift, because we all have gifts. We are all amazing. There's no one else on earth like you. I mean, that's your superpower. And so to be able to speak how I, wanted to put out is a blessing, but also it was very vulnerable, because for one, I put so much effort into this, and I'm putting out my thoughts, right? And so people are then going to read it, and I know that there might be people that don't resonate with it, but then there are going to be people that do. So you kind of have to prepare yourself. I am not for everybody, and I totally understand that. That's totally okay. But the biggest, I think, lessons in going through this were, one, understanding that putting myself out there and sharing, it does not determine who my self-worth and my self-value, because no one gets to judge me as a person, because that's, my thoughts are mine, and that's okay if you don't resonate with it, but it doesn't make me less valuable if you don't think that, my work is what you find valuable. I think that was a huge lesson for me. And just, I always say to people, if you can connect with your worthiness as you are, not, because of your, say, title, your success, money, whatever it may be, that you will move mountains just by knowing that you are this crazy, amazing, valuable person now, that you will see so much change in your life. So it was highs of putting it out and knowing that, wow, I finally get to share everything I've always wanted to cheer on people. I kind of call the book like a life coaching, personal development package with me as your cheerleader. And which is funny, because I hated cheerleading when I did it for one game when I was in high school. But I mean, as far as cheering you on in life, because I love nothing more than seeing people's success and happiness and their true authenticity come out. So yeah, that was a huge win. And then just being vulnerable enough to share it and trust that people need some of these tools to help them. So just trusting that was also kind of a big, lesson I feel like I've been learning. And patience. It's, you put the book out and then people order it, and then they have to read it, and you're like, oh, you're like waiting to hear what they say. So yeah, patience.
And patience in the entire process. Because like you said, it takes so much longer than you think, oh, I'm just going to write it all down and then I'll send it out and it'll get put into a book. But no one's first writing has ever been published right away.
No, it's a whole process. But I think that's a good thing too, because there are times that you get to go in and add, like I got to add a whole chapter to the book after I did finish writing after 2020. And I think that was honestly kind of like the universe's timing for me, that, okay, well, you didn't put it out there and you got to experience all these emotions in 2020. And so I got to add in, another chapter that really is one of my favorite chapters of the book. So that was, I believe, trusting, Yeah,
that everything happens when it's supposed to happen.
100%. Yeah.
Yes. The book is called SOULFED. It's available on Amazon, and Amie is sending along one free copy to someone. So jump over to our social media at Rich Wilmore Show and learn how you can win a copy of SOULFED. Amie, I hope you come back when your second and your third and your 25th book comes out.
Yes, I would love that. I'm so excited. And in the second book, I'm still working the kinks out, but it really very much goes along with SOULFED. But I wrote it. I mean, really, an adult can totally learn so much from it. But I wrote it in a simple enough manner that, preteens, teens, and my hope is that especially college students will grab this book, and this will be with them to, you know, help them through some really, you know, challenging times in their life.
How can people best connect with you if they want to learn more about you or reach out to you?
So I just got, it was perfect timing. I just got my author page up on Facebook. So it's running. It's under SOULFED. So Soul and then FED. So if you want to like that page, that is where I'm going to be doing a lot of my video sharing. I love to get on and share things that I am kind of processing. So I'm going to be using that page to speak a lot. I do have an Instagram, which is just my name, Amie, Amie Burnis. And those two, I would say, are the best ways to kind of connect with what I'm sharing, and anything new that I create will be shared on both of those platforms.
Love it. Thank you so much for jumping on and talking to me today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Of course.
It's been awesome to catch up with you and share.
Yes, go get the book SOULFED on Amazon, and we will be right back, everyone. Thanks, Amie.
Thank you.
Hi, Wendy of the Right Fit here, and if you're having one of those hair days that's not so good, why don't you throw on a cute cap and call it a day? Or you could do what my friend Stacy here has done, and she is wearing one of the headbands that's all the rage right now, and it's just so cute. So find yourself a cute cap or a ball cap or a headband and save yourself on those days where you just don't have the time nor the inclination to do your hair. Thanks a lot. You can reach me at wendy@therightfit.net or go to therightfit.net. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Wouldn't it be great if your business could have a commercial on TV? Now it can. Secure your Season 5 sponsorship by visiting richardwilmore.com. Advertise on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV by sponsoring The Richard Wilmore Show. Become a sponsor today. Go to richardwilmore.com now.
Ready?
I think so.
All right. Welcome back. If you know anything about me, you know that I am a vegan, and you also know that I hate cooking. So when the owner of Tidy Ben's offered to come cook me something, I of course said yes. So Ben, thanks for coming.
Oh, absolute pleasure, Richard.
Tell everybody about Tidy Ben's.
Tidy Ben's, vegan sloppy Joe concept. I do vegan sloppy Joe, located over in Southtown right now. Multiple flavors, but just doing like a childhood classic. Added on to the vegan option here in town.
Why Sloppy Joe's? Just because of the nostalgia of it for you?
Yeah, there's a nostalgia part. There's easily the I was making a lot at the time, and everyone said it was absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're not wrong.
And yeah, it was kind of perfect timing as far as like the pandemic started. I was bartending. Family wanted to start a business, and we had already been talking about it for a few months before the lockdown. And then, yeah, just Sloppy Joe's were the way to go.
And it's going really well. I love coming there. It's like a 2-for-1. He's located right now in like the patio of a comedy club in San Antonio. So yes. I go, and it's a whole experience.
Jokes is 22, and then I also do pop-ups at a couple of bars here in town. 1919 on Sundays and Rock and Rye on Thursdays. Yeah, which you went to. Rock and Rye.
Yes, randomly I found him there one night. But so besides Sloppy Joe's, you're also really good at breakfast tacos. You make breakfast tacos for different places around town.
Yeah. I also make breakfast tacos, all vegan, of course, and that's where we're going to be throwing a part of what I do. Today we're going to be making a tofu scramble to replace the egg part of it all. And
what do you need for that?
Well, we have a block of tofu,
mm-hmm.
And then it's a real easy seasoning. We got about a teaspoon and a half of salt, teaspoon of cumin, teaspoon and a half of garlic, teaspoon of chili powder, and yeah, pretty simple stuff. I have this all warmed up.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, yeah. Woo-hoo. Last time I think we had a little bit of trouble with the warming up, but it's all good now.
We're hot today.
We are coming in hot.
So what I do, I don't know if this is good or bad. We're coming in very hot. What I do is I freeze my tofu before I use it. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, it's better, I guess, with like cooking in the sense that it's not very juicy water kind of heavy.
Yeah.
But for this recipe, you actually kind of do want a little bit of water, just to kind of like spread it out. It's not gonna be super. I guess it is a quick one, but it's not gonna be super. I don't even know the word. You want the juices to kind of saturate in there just a little bit.
Right. Yeah, I use it mostly when I freeze it for like more meat things because it like, gets a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And it's not as soft as tofu that isn't frozen.
And if you remember eggs, they have a little softness
not
to
hard.
them. Yeah, so you just want to warm that up real quick. I mean, it's tofu, so you don't need to do a whole bunch.
Except for season it because tofu has no flavor.
Yeah, and the cumin comes out real good. I don't know. I would say it really resembles the egg kind of flavor taste that I remember. With obviously cruelty-free.
I'm one of the worst things I do when I cook is I don't know how to combine flavors and spices.
Right.
What's your favorite like spice combination?
Let's see. Garlic and ginger.
Oh.
That's in general in like life.
Yeah.
When it comes to like sloppy joes and stuff, I don't know. There's cumin. Cumin comes out real good for like the sloppy fiesta, which has San Antonio feel on there. It's like cayenne, cumin, jalapenos, pico de gallo. That just has a real heavy San Antonio feel to it.
That sounds really good.
So
I can smell it.
I don't know. You could already smell that.
Yes.
And then if you just want to add something a little extra,
Just put that on top.
well, you can dice it up.
Oh, that too.
But yeah, just adding some bell pepper, red and green, some onion, just adds a little extra flavor. I know online there was this what's it called, like a Southwest scramble or something, and just have some red tofu in it, or red bell pepper and some spinach, and yeah, just kind of adds a flavor, changes up the flavor just a little bit. They have like a little Southwest kind of action to it.
How can people best support you and Tidy Bends?
Tidy Bends. Well, obviously, go to our location in Southtown. I do have merchandise coming out here pretty soon. I know I mentioned that to you way too many times about like having it, but it's like
a long time.
Literally right on the verge of getting a whole new shirt shipment kind of thing going in. So yeah, that's the Tidy Bends part of tacos. Primero Taco is the business part, the taco business part of it. And right now I'm at Estate Coffee over downtown on Houston Street. And yeah, every morning I'm making tacos and supplying tacos every.
What time do you wake up in the morning?
Very early.
Yeah.
Today I was late, so I was like at 5:20 in the morning.
As opposed to
4:40.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Every day.
Most
yeah.
days. No.
Please don't cut your toe off.
Yeah. Fridays I get a little bit of a break, or Saturdays I get a little bit of break just because coffee shop's open a touch later, an hour later. But yeah, I'm on the grind.
What do you love about it?
The tacos or all of it?
All of it. Getting up that early, making them for people, interacting with everyone like you do.
Doing, adding a little bit something for San Antonio. It's become a little bit bigger for me than when I started. I know a lot of other large metropolitan areas have a lot more vegan options, and I love San Antonio, but comparatively, we have that much less than any other large major city, a top 10 city in the U.S. And just adding those little extras, like I said, there's tacos, there's sloppy joes. I have plans for other little things, and hopefully the relatively near future. But if it takes a little bit longer,
it'll happen when it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So let's say someone's watching and they're not vegan, but maybe they want to either start, or a lot of people do like the meatless Mondays or whatever. What's a good easy thing that someone can kind of
Smoothies. It's filling. You'll feel a difference. I would say when you do it right. But if you're doing a vegan smoothie, there's going to be a lot of greens. There's going to be protein powder. There's going to be a lot of anti-inflammatory. You know, throw a little cayenne, throw a little cinnamon in there, and it's just an awesome way to start the day. If I can assume that health is the reason why some people would go vegan, and if that's your way to go, I can easily say that like the smoothie in the morning's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I don't want you all to watch me inhale this, so we're going to take a break and we're going to eat. Ben, thank you so much for stopping by.
Absolutely. My pleasure slopping by.
I eat every day, so you're always invited.
Sounds great. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you. We'll be right back after this.
Wouldn't it be great if your business could have a commercial on TV? Now it can. Secure your Season 5 sponsorship by visiting ■RichardWilmore.com. Advertise on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV by sponsoring The Richard Wilmore Show. Become a sponsor today. Go to ■RichardWilmore.com now.
It's the Richard Wilmore Show.